In today's world, we got people, big content creators out there who are making more money, many times more money than doctors, lawyers, engineers, people who are typically the smartest people. Not to mention any names out there, but people who are kind of the face of digital media. Like, you got people like Adin Ross, iShowSpeed, Kai Cenat. A lot of people would consider them dumb, but despite that, they're immensely successful. So what is it that separates people who are quote unquote dumb and people who are intelligent, right? Like most of you guys watching this video are probably more intelligent than some of these big creators, but still a lot of people who are more intelligent than them are still not at quite the same level of success. Why is that? One of the reasons why is people who are quote unquote dumb are people who you would consider to think less. They don't think as much about their actions. They're quicker to just do things as opposed to think about them. So what happens is they're more likely to take action and get started with something and actually gain experience, learn from their mistakes because they're quicker and they don't think about all the different variables or need all the information to do that thing. For people who are quote unquote more intelligent, they tend to analyze things like what are the different scenarios that can happen, what are the outcomes, what are the consequences of doing this. So they start to take all these different things that could happen, and what ends up happening is they get stuck in paralysis analysis. And I've been very guilty of this. Like for me, putting out my first ever YouTube video, I thought about it for years, and then when I had decided I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna take action, it took another couple months just to release the first video. And that actually brings me to the second point of why dumb people are more successful than people who are more intelligent or think more: perfectionism. If you're someone who is quote unquote intelligent or thinks more, you probably tend to be more of a perfectionist than someone who's quote unquote dumb and thinks less. And the thing about perfectionism is you're gonna keep coming up with different little things that could be just a tiny little bit better, instead of actually putting things out there to the world and getting that feedback that you're gonna need to improve it for the next video and actually make progress. The people who think less and put out content, right, or get started, they're gonna learn from their mistakes and they're gonna know what to focus on. Whereas if you're living in your head thinking about all the theories and the possibilities, you won't know exactly what's gonna happen. You may think you know what's gonna happen, but when it actually comes to getting started and putting it out there, reality is often different than what you imagine in your head. Another thing that dumb people have going on for them is that they may have a childlike ignorance, meaning they might act more on impulses and going for essentially what their heart tells them. So they're more likely to take risks, right? So despite the odds not looking good, they still get started, they take that risk, and they get rewarded in the end because they're taking action and they're gaining that experience. One of the common themes is having experience through doing things is more powerful than having all the answers before getting started, because you won't have all the answers. So in the end, what's the answers to this question? What makes dumb people more successful than more intelligent people? The things that separates the two is overthinking, fear of judgment by others, and wanting things to be perfect before getting started. You have to get comfortable with doing things despite not having all the answers, despite the odds maybe not looking the best. Because the alternative is that you think about it and you're gonna be sitting on your deathbed saying, what if I had just got started? What if I did this? What if I did that? What if I went for my passions? What if I actually made content? What if I started that business? That is way worse than having started and you maybe didn't do things too well, but at least now you know what to work on next. Anyways, I hope that was helpful to someone out there, and I hope this could inspire someone to take action and get started so you can start learning from your mistakes, right? Which are gonna happen, and it's okay. You don't have to do things perfectly. It's normal to make mistakes. So I wish the best for you, and I'll see you in the next one.